That's weird. That's suspicious.
Tomi's World.
Hey homies, and welcome back to Tomi's World. You already know it's your girl Tomi, and I am back with another video. So in today's video, I will be talking about the top 5 weirdest habits of the Japanese people that I have picked up since living here. And to be honest, I'm a little bit embarrassed by some of these habits because I have been complaining for a while that people have been doing these things to me, and I can't believe that I'm actually doing it to other people. But upon being more aware of my own actions so I could get the information that I needed to make this video, I realized that I do these things and I'm so embarrassed by it. Anyway, before we get into the video though, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for voting on my last poll over here on YouTube. We have finally come up with a name for our little community. So if you guys heard, I didn't say hey guys, I said hey homies, because from now on, y'all are gonna be known as Tomi's homies. So I want all my homies to sound off in the comments below because you guys make this channel possible, period. Okay, let's get into this video. So the first weird habit that I have picked up since living in Japan is apologizing when I did nothing wrong. Listen, this habit is super weird. When I just came to Japan, I was like, don't apologize, you did nothing wrong. I would hit up into someone by mistake, I'm apologizing, they're apologizing, I'm like, no, I'm supposed to apologize. I hit up into you, and now I am that person who someone will hit up into, and then I'm apologizing like, sumimasen. I apologize for literally everything. It doesn't matter if someone did something to me, I did something to them. If I called you, sumimasen is just a part of my vocabulary now. I just have to say it regardless, and I don't even know why. Seriously. And just to be clear, sumimasen means I'm sorry. I honestly need to stop apologizing when I did nothing wrong, because if I take this back to Jamaica, people are gonna think I'm weird, right? I need to get back my edge. I was a baddie.
But why y'all got to lie?
Now I'm just this apologizing for everything girl. I don't like her. Excuse me. Weird habit number 2, staring. I am so sorry for anyone that I have done this to. I am embarrassed on my behalf. Like, I'm always complaining that Japanese people love to stare at me. Now, I'm that weird person who stares at other people. The people that I stare at, it's not just anyone though. I have 2 main categories of people that I stare at. The first one is foreigners. Now, I know it sounds kind of weird. Why am I, a foreigner, staring at other foreigners? Excuse me? Listen, when you are in rural Japan and you run into another foreigner, it's like a kid at a candy store. I see someone that I know, I'm like, well, I don't know you, but I know you more than I know the Japanese people. Listen, once I see someone who is a foreigner in Japan, I'm staring like, it's not even to be disrespectful or because I'm ignorant. I'm just trying to make friends. And now that I've been in Japan for so long, I have like a little bit of social anxiety, so I don't know how to approach someone anymore and just be like, hey, are you from out of town? I'm not that cool person anymore. So I'm hoping that you will realize by me staring at you that I want to be your friend. Please, don't be offended. Don't be my friend. But who would want to be friends with a weird foreigner who is staring at them, another foreigner? But when you are in Japan, the foreigners get it. We know that staring is the mating call. Okay? So birds say caw, and we foreigners, we stare. The second type of people that I stare at in Japan is just anyone who is different from the norm. And again, I'm not trying to be mean or ignorant. This is just because I'm so excited to see something different. Normal Japanese people, like just regular people, have this sense of uniform in how they dress. So there's always a cardigan or some sort of shirt like this one that covers everything, or the next typical suit would be the pantsuit with the top and the cardigan, but all the outfits are normally the same, right? So when you see a Japanese person with colored hair, or you see the girls wearing the Lolita fashion, or the boys just doing their own little thing, it's the cutest thing ever. I'm just staring like, because I want to be like you. You're so cool. How can I be you? Excuse me. And when they see me, I'm not gonna be weird and just act like I wasn't staring. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, so kawaii. And I'll try to engage them in conversation about where they bought their stuff. But staring is never a good thing. If I stared at people in Jamaica, I'm sure that I would get some hands, because that's disrespectful. So I know I would catch some hands, okay? And I know that some parts in the States, that's exactly how it goes. But in Japan, staring is a thing, and I am now doing it. And that's on period. Okay, the third weirdest habit. Let's go. Mouth sounds. Like, I want to say so much about this, and I'm not even sure where to start. So in Japan, they have these sorts of mouth sounds that they make for everything. Kinda like when you ask a Japanese person a question and they're not sure how to answer it, but they want to try instead of being rude and not answering your question any at all, they will go off for a second just saying, Listen, when I just came to Japan, this made me so angry because I feel like everyone was just trying to waste my time, bro. Like, if you don't know, just say, I don't know. That's how we do it. But in Japan, that's not how they do it, bro. So I was like, and at first when I started to like mimic these mouth sounds, it was just because I was trying to show them how it felt when they did it to me, right? And now I do it all the time. Once someone asks me a question or I'm having a conversation with a Japanese person and I don't really know how to explain myself, I start with the mouth sounds. Listen. And my students do this in class too. If you ask them a question and they're not sure how to answer, they will you for like hours. You're just like, okay, never mind. It's cool. It's cool. Another type of mouth sounds that we do here in Japan that I have picked up is slurping when drinking soup. I am afraid to say this out loud because I don't even want this to get back to my grandmother or my father. But when in Rome, do what the Romans do. You taught me that, okay? So now in Japan, when you are eating like ramen or something like that, they expect you to slurp it to show that it is delicious and you like it. I remember my first encounter with this sort of tradition. My sensei brought me to her favorite ramen shop. I was drinking, I was having a blast. It was delicious. And she was like, Tomi-san, you know, like, so I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh no, it's okay, you don't have to. And she's trying to take my ramen away. I'm like, I'm enjoying this ramen. Why do you think I'm not enjoying it? And then this article that I read about how Japanese people slurp their ramen to prove that they actually love it came into my mind, and I'm like, oh, shoshamatene. And then I took up my bowl in my hand. I held my ramen up to my mouth, and I slurped. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta, I'm loving it. And she was like,
Oh, it's sugoi.
I heard the spirits of all my ancestors from Jamaica raising up to come punch me for doing that. But I had to, because I wanted to prove that I love the ramen, and when in Rome, do what Romans do. What am I supposed to be doing? You know what? Let's just move on to the fourth weirdest thing, because the more we go, the weirder it gets. Bowing all the time. Bowing all the time. I'm talking to you guys right now, and I feel like bowing, okay? When I just came to Japan, bowing made my head hurt because they have different levels of bowing for different people. So the higher up your rank is, the further you have to bend, okay? So when I met my principal, I was trying to be respectful, and I was like, oh, you can't see because the camera is so small, but I was putting my head to my knees.
Oh my God! Wow!
Because I'm trying to show respect, and that made my head hurt so much, and I'm like, yo, this bowing thing, not for me. Not for me, bro. And guess what? Now I bow for everything. I see people, I'm bowing. Let me explain how much this bowing thing gets out of hand. When I leave Japan to travel to literally anywhere, I still do it. I know, right? People are like, what are you doing? I mean, most of the countries that I've been to have been Asian countries, so it hasn't been that bad, but I bow for everything. It gets out of hand, and I'm now scared that when I go back to Jamaica, I will be bowing my head for everything. The only way that I actually get away from this is that in my classes, when the students stand up and they're like, oh, cute skede, and then they're supposed to bow. Arigato gozaimashita to say thank you. I always dab, so I never bow. That's the only time I get away from bowing. But now, I am a legitimate bower. I just, you know, I am a bowie. That's what I do now. And you know what's weird? In Jamaica, we actually have a type of bowing thing as a sign of respect. It's more of a casual thing in Jamaica rather than a formal thing. So when you see your friend on the street, you'll just give them a bow, but not like down. It's more up. So it's like, I see you there. I see you, respect. Yeah, we're cool, you know, the up one, but now it's this one for me. My head is hurting from all the bowing that I've done just talking about bowing. Let's move on. Weirdest habit that I've picked up, number 5, and the last one. This one is embarrassing because this is a teenager thing, and I'm not a teenager. Why am I doing this? But as soon as someone says, cheese, 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 the peace sign, it's getting out of hand. I need some assistance, okay? Once someone is like, okay, let's take a picture, okay, let's go, I can't help it. Before, I could pose like a model. I was doing, and all of these poses. Now, once I see a camera, I'm doing this. Because this is how Japanese people take pictures. Always peace sign, okay? Like, I feel like I need to be admitted. Hi, my name is Tomi, and I'm addicted to doing the peace sign. Bro! Oh my god. Anyway, homies, these are the 5 weirdest things that I have picked up since living in Japan. I would love to know some of the weird habits that you have picked up since living in Japan or living in any other country that is not your home country, because I just think this is super weird and funny. So please let me know. Comment below, okay? Because your comments help me so much. And don't forget to like if you like, because that really helps me out a lot. Share, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.